Welcome to today's Entrepreneur Toolbox. I'm Melissa Roswell, and this is Ali Everhard, and we are the founders of the Women's Council of Entrepreneurs. And we are so happy that you are here with us today to learn 5 tips on networking. We'll also give you a couple of action items you can do that will help you really just kickstart your networking or amp it up a bit if you've already been networking. And just to tell you a little bit about who we are, in case you've never heard of the Women's Council of Entrepreneurs, we are a support and networking group for women. Our whole goal is to help you in your business so that you do not have to feel alone. You don't have to do this all by yourself. We know it's hard to be an entrepreneur and all the other things that come with being a woman. And so we're here to just help each other. So we have a lot of ways that we help you do that. It's through webinars like this that we offer with free resources, free tips. We bring in industry experts and all that kind of stuff to help you. We also do networking in person and virtual mastermind and networking events that we would love for you to join us at. We also have a Facebook group, so hopefully you can join that. The link is attached. And we also have a Facebook page called shopasmallbusiness.com. It's actually a website that you can go and you can find members, other women's businesses that you can support. And it's a great way to find women-owned businesses, to use those services, to find boutiques, all of that kind of stuff. And they're all members of WCE. So it's a great way to support our other members locally or online, those types of businesses. So we're glad that you are here with us today.
It's WC in a nutshell, but you're here to learn 5 networking tips to build a strong relationship. And we are going to try and do this 5 tips in 5 minutes. That's always the goal, but I know we get a little chattery, so it's definitely going to be around 15 minutes at the most. So, and then we also have the action item too.
Yes. So stay tuned. Yes. Don't miss that part.
Yeah. Once you get to the 5 tips, don't turn us off because we've got an action item too. So going on to our first tip is have a good elevator pitch. So to have one, you need to know your target market. So just know who is your customer. That is like the main thing. And then
what you're solving.
What problem are you solving?
What problem are you solving? And you want to make sure that you can say all of that in about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Attention spans are not very long these days, and people don't want to hear, how you got your business started. They don't want to hear a long story. They want to know if you're someone they need to connect with, or you have a product or service that will benefit them or their clients, and they need to know it pretty quickly.
Exactly. And in most cases, you're hearing a lot of introductions and stuff like that in an event. So you don't want to be the one that drones on too long and then people lose track of what you're saying. So you want to know your audience,
and you might also throw in something personal.
Yeah, true.
So I'm an Aggie. I would definitely mention that. I'm a mom of twins. So different things like that might give me talking points with other people at the event. I always think that's nice to know something about people like that.
Definitely. It's a good way to connect with somebody on another level. Mm-hmm. And to do that, you have to go to the networking events, which seems pretty obvious, but we always tend to talk ourselves out of things. So you just really need to find an event that fits with your goals and fits with your business. Not every event is meant for everyone. So start looking and finding that event, put it in the calendar and go.
And then go. Don't let the rain or maybe it's the sun. I mean, whatever it is, we all can find reasons not to go. So go. Actually go.
Go outside of your comfort zone and don't find the excuse. And we say that because that's what we do. So, and then some tips for the event when you go, be prepared, with your elevator pitch. And then also, think about what you're going to wear. You want your outfit to not just, you don't have to be in like a suit or whatever, but just think about you and your business and what you do
and your
brand. Yeah. Represent yourself well, because it's a first impression,
Definitely. Because what you're going for is that know, like, trust factor. Mm-hmm. You want people to immediately see you and connect with you, because the reality is we do business with people that we like, people that we trust, people that we think of as our friends. Those are the types of people we want to do business with or refer business to. So that's your goal, is to really make as many friends, make, that good first impression as quickly as possible.
Just definitely be prepared and be on time, and then make sure you set enough time for the networking event. You don't want to have to like leave early, or if it runs a few minutes over and you're having a good conversation with somebody, you just want to make sure that you've blocked off enough time to really be at the event and not being worried about the next thing that you have to do.
And don't forget your business cards.
Yes.
We've all been there where you're like ready to like connect with someone and you don't have your business card and they're having to write your name down, and that connection just isn't as perfect as it could be. So remember those business cards too, or however you connect, whether it's through a QR code or your business card.
Yes. And then when you're at the event, we also want you to listen, like you're going to be all in your own thoughts and like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? But don't forget to listen to what the other people are saying, if there's introductions, and because you're really listening for people that you want to connect with. You're not just worried about who wants to connect with me. So you want to listen to like, who would be someone you could collaborate with, or someone that you might need to do business with, or your friend, like, oh no, she's looking for a house and needs a realtor, or whatever the case may be. You definitely want to be listening at the event so that you can
make those connections and find things to connect on.
Exactly. And you might be able to help all these other people because, they might be struggling with their social media, and you might be a social media manager, so just definitely listen.
Yes, more so than you talk. It also is one of the things that helps people know, like, and trust you, is if instead of you're just following up with your services, your business, that you're actually listening to them. You're asking questions about them. That always makes people feel good. That's one of the keys to making other people feel good when they meet you, is to let them talk. And so asking those follow-up questions about them and their personal life and their business really helps people feel good about themselves, which means they feel good when they're with you. So just a few tips to help make that easier.
And then once you've made those connections, make sure that you exchange information, because you need to connect in the outside world,
and not just online, although that's important.
Yes. We've all been to a networking event. It was great. I met so many great people, and you leave and then you get working on something else.
Throw those business cards on the desk, and that's the last.
Like, oh no, I remember her. I met her at, we really want you to, get home or get in your car, connect on social media. If that's send out a text message, send an email, just try and really nurture that connection.
This is probably where we hear and see the most people failing at networking, is they do all the other stuff. They made it to the event, which check, good for you, but they don't follow up afterwards. And so the overall feeling then is the networking isn't effective. But networking is effective if you make this next step, if you connect outside of that initial conversation.
Yes. And it's where we see the people have most success, is when they're collaborating and helping each other and growing their networks. Like I said, that person might not be your client, but they know people, and those people know people, and that's how you grow your network.
And you may need to schedule this on your calendar after the networking event. When you get back to your office, get a cup of coffee, sit down. This is something that is that important that it should take a block of time after the event. So whether it's blocking out time on your calendar or just knowing that you need to do that the next morning, this is that important that it should have time allocated for it.
Definitely. And with that being said, our fifth and final tip is be consistent. No matter what networking event you go to or how many times you go throughout the month, just be very consistent on doing it.
And people get to know your face. They get to know what you're doing. You start to make friends. If you're not, maybe it's not the right place for you. If you're consistently not excited about going and being with the people there, then maybe it's not the right place. So find somewhere new, because you do want to be excited about networking and the people that you meet and who you can help, there's also seasons of networking. Depending on your business, there may be times of the year that you absolutely cannot leave your desk or your office. And that's understandable. We're all working our businesses as well as moms, sisters, daughters. We have other responsibilities in life. And, maybe during competitive cheer season, you cannot do this as well. And so just be gentle on yourself and know that happens to everybody. But if you're consistent during the times that you can,
exactly,
then it's helpful.
And you can keep those connections. It's easier to keep the connections that you made during those slow parts of the networking season, because if you're already friends with these people, then staying connected with them on social media or being able to grab a cup of coffee with one person is a lot easier than like going to this big event or whatever. So be consistent, but yes, also be very
give yourself grace. We all need that as well. So,
and then also reflect. I'm going to add to this, like, you want to be consistent, but then also think about, are these things working?
Pivot. You might need to pivot.
Yeah. Like, am I explaining my business that it's resonating with people at these events? So you also want to do some self-reflecting as well, and change things as needed, because we're not perfect. We don't know everything. So if you need to reevaluate how you're explaining your business, then definitely do so.
Especially if you're new to networking or you have a new business, it may be the difference of one word, that you change that connects with people. Like, oh, I didn't quite understand that that's what you were doing, or that's what you offer. So play around with it, because if nobody's talking to you or asking you questions, something you're saying isn't clicking with people. So make sure that you are fluid enough to change if you need to.
Okay, and then now your take action. We are going to challenge you to attend at least one networking event in the next 2 weeks. So
whether it's locally with WCE, we have chapters all over the Houston area. We also have virtual chapters. We would love for you to join us at one of those events. And so we would hope to see you there. But if not with us, find another group. Find somewhere that you feel comfortable networking and share about your business.
Yes. And when you're there, try and make 2 connections and follow up with them. So your goal is only 1 networking event and 2 connections with follow-ups. And to help you get prepared for that networking event, we are giving you our Create Your Elevator Pitch worksheet. So if you might want to pause this and scan that QR code. That'll give you the worksheet, and it just goes through. You answer some questions, and then there's like a Mad Libs type thing. If you're really struggling with it, you can just use that to describe your business, and it should keep you under 30 seconds, and it should describe who your target market is and the problem you solve
in a really easy way.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. And then we have one other thing. We have a brand new networking and mastermind book that we created that would help you kind of be your companion for it's specially designed for our networking events, but it works for any one that you go to. But it has our elevator pitch in the front of it, and then it has like for the event.
It's a great way to keep you organized.
Yes.
So if you don't have a system, which many of us don't have systems for some of the things we do in our business, and networking is one of those, this is a great way for you to keep all of your connections in one place, for you to look at your elevator pitch before you go into the event. Like, I would keep this in my car. I would look at the elevator pitch before I go in. I would take it into the event with me so I could write notes. I could keep track of things happening. And then after the event, it's a great way to, what did I say we were going to do? I'm supposed to be calling so-and-so for coffee, and we're doing the Zoom. That way, when you get back to the office, you're not like, what happened today? It's a great way. If you don't already have a system, or if you're looking for something a little more streamlined, this is a great way to do it.
Yeah, and then in the back of the book, we also have like 3 of our resources. So
included.
Yes. So pick it up.
And then you can
scan
use
that QR code, check it out. So there's that. And we just really want you to stay in touch. So there's more QR codes, our website, if you want to contact us directly, our email. And yeah, just really stay in touch with us. We've got tons of resources to help you. We always are releasing these like 5 and 5s with the topics that we have each month. So,
and if you go to our website, you can subscribe to our newsletter. We send out a weekly newsletter each Wednesday with curated information, articles, downloads, resources on our topic of the month. So each month you will focus on a deep dive into that topic, such as sales, branding, marketing, how to get leads and how to keep them organized, as well as what else? We've got all sorts of things that will help you.
Webinars always go
and the
with it,
webinars,
yeah.
yes, go with it. So if you want a like really easy way to get resources and get some information on those topics, subscribing to our newsletter will keep you in touch with us weekly.
Yes. Well, that's it. I think we may have gone over what I promised that we wouldn't, but
Thanks for joining us.
yes, thank you.